That was nice. Anyway, welcome back to Inside Leesburg, and I was just jamming with my very special guest today, Mr. Beautiful Bobby Blackman. B3 for short, Derek. The 3 Bs. Now, Beautiful Bobby will be he'll be the headliner for the Juneteenth celebration. But before we get into Juneteenth, let's just talk about you. You're the headliner.
Yes.
Talk about your background, how you came to Leesburg, and how you play such a really cool sound on the guitar.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I've been in Leesburg now since 1999. I came in 1999, and I thought it was a great place to live in Florida. I'm originally from Texas, so I grew up in East Texas in a little small town called Athens, Texas, the black-eyed pea capital of the world. I had black-eyed peas for breakfast, black-eyed peas for lunch, and the other 2 meals, dinner and supper, black-eyed peas.
I hear you.
So I took an early retirement. I worked for Pfizer, so I was in sales and marketing for a medical device company for many years. And we always loved Florida when we come visit Florida. So we picked out Leesburg. We love Leesburg, and I love the people here in Leesburg. I have an opportunity to do a lot of the Leesburg Bike Fest, the Mardi Gras, a lot of musical events here, and now I get a chance for the first time to do the Juneteenth.
That's
Festival,
exciting.
which is pretty good.
And you're from Texas. Now, my understanding is the Juneteenth actually began in Texas, and
Yes.
you grew up with it.
I grew up with it. We celebrated. It was a big celebration, and as always said, a lot of potato salad, fried chicken, fried anything.
Yeah.
And it was observed every year, and people would get off if it, like I said again, if it was like a through the week or something, they had a floating holiday people could take. I think nowadays they sort of try to make sure it's on the weekend so people can observe it on the weekend. But yeah, it was big because it was the slaves getting freed, and it was down in Galveston, Texas, which is down near Houston, and it was like 250,000 slaves down at the time. It was a lot
That's
of
amazing.
people in 1865. It was a lot of people. Yeah.
That's amazing. What does it mean for you being a part of this Juneteenth celebration here in Leesburg, your new hometown?
Well, I think it means a lot to me because of the fact that growing up in Texas, and we celebrated Juneteenth every year, so we didn't skip a year. And I think that people at the time, whether it was my grandfather, the other people, they were very proud of the fact that they were free and just excited. I mean, my grandfather was excited when he could vote. So it has a long history. And it's something that should remain part of that.
That's great. Tell us more about the inspiration behind your playing. You said you had a career in sales for a while, but the guitar started way before that did.
Yeah, the guitar started when I was 16, and before then, Mom and Dad, from about I guess 9 to 16, took me to all the concerts of B.B. King's, Bobby Bland. It was like who's who, Fats Domino. I saw everybody, and then Chuck Berry. And after going to so many concerts, by the time I got to be 16, I told them that I wanted a guitar. And so my mother, she always loved Bobby Bland and B.B. King. She said, well, you're going to learn how to play like B.B. King. So I got the guitar and started playing like Chuck Berry.
Oh, no, that was a contingency, right? You have to play like these guys.
So I started to play like Chuck Berry, and we sort of laughed about it. And later on, of course, I went back and started playing some blues and had an opportunity to be on the show with B.B. King in 2010, which was a big thrill to me because I saw him when I was a kid and opened a show for him. And I've also done a show with Buddy Guy. I'm waiting for Eric Clapton to give me a call.
We need to give Eric a call right after this. Now, there's a good chance that Eric might see a story that's in a national magazine, Onyx magazine. Did I say it correctly?
Onyx, yes.
Yeah.
They're doing a sort of a bio of me, which is pretty cool. And it's really telling the history of how I got started, and so many musicians came out of Texas, especially blues guitarists, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Albert Collins, and I never did get to meet Stevie, but I did meet Albert Collins because they all hung around the Houston area. So anybody that was in like B.B. King's band or Bobby Bland's band, all those players came out of it, and also Ray Charles. He picked all his players out of Texas, and so we had a lot of music going on. So.
That's exciting. I think probably a lot of guests don't know or we're not aware that there's that kind of richest of blues coming out of Texas, and you had the opportunity to see it from early on. Now, you had a band in your teens. It was called the Blue Orbits.
Yeah.
That sounds like the Orbits that we go to get plane tickets, right?
Well, I had a little group called the Blue Orbits because at that time the space exploration was going on.
Okay.
And so I was in Houston, and I thought it would be a cool name because, you know, at that time it was Sputnik. We had to beep, beep, beep with Sputnik.
Yeah.
And we were trying to go into outer space. And so that was a group I put together when I was at college at Texas Southern University in Houston. So it's cool.
Now, saxophonist Kurt Whalen went there.
He went to Texas Southern University. We got a lot of players that came out of there and came out of the whole Houston area. The Crusaders, Jazz Crusaders,
Joe Sample,
Joe Sample and Wildenfeld, who later on called themselves the Crusaders. But we all, I think, blues-wise and jazz-wise, there was a lot of musicians there, and I had an opportunity to learn from them. Early on, I had learned from the people around the Austin, Texas area because I spent my summer months in the Austin area as a teenager. And so after I left at 18, then I moved to Houston and ran into all the heavyweights. You know, a lot of fun.
That's some cool stuff. Now, tell us about the name Beautiful Bobby Blackburn. Now, you haven't been in any beauty pageants I'm aware of.
Oh, no, I don't think so. No, wait a minute. Hold on.
Okay.
Now, actually, when I got here, I got to Leesburg in 1999. I had went to a music store and bought some strings here, and the guy says, there's a jam session over in my door. And he says, you play a little, I said, well, I'll play a little blues. I said, but I haven't played professionally. I had the sales and marketing job for a number of years. So I went over and I actually sit in with some guys in Mondora, and I was playing some notes, and when I came off the stage, somebody said, those some beautiful notes you hit, beautiful licks you hit. And it says, from now on, you're Beautiful Bobby. So that's how I ended up being Beautiful Bobby. You know? That's
cool. Now, would you mind giving us a sneak peek for what we might expect to hear on June 25th when we have the big Juneteenth celebration here?
Yeah, well, you know, I think I'm excited about it because I'm going to have my whole band with me. Obviously.
Yeah, the B3s?
Yeah, and the B3 band is going to be with me, so we'll have all that stuff going on, and we'll have a lot of fun. And so we're going to play some blues and stuff too, which is going to be cool, you know. So we'll do some of that. King's gonna live on. Because the music is gonna live on.
Come on.
So is Juneteenth. BB will sing like this. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone away. Said it's gone away. You done me wrong, oh girl. You're gonna be sorry someday. And the slave said something like this: I'm free.
Hey, come on.
Yes, I'm free from your spell. Said I'm free, baby, free, baby. Free from your spell. Now that it's over, well, all I can do is wish you well. Can I play a little bit?
Go ahead on now.
Leave that alone.
That was nice. That was nice. Yeah, there's a real expression there. But what I noticed about your blues, and I've heard blues, quite a bit of blues. There's a real brightness to what you play. How is that?
Well, I think a lot of people think that blues is sad, but to me, it's an exciting thing. You bring a little joy to it. You know, it's like B.B. King saying, free at last, free at last. I think if you really think, I'm free now, baby. If you think of the slaves, 250,000 of them saying Juneteenth, I'm free.
Yes, yes.
And that memory sort of lingers there. And I think I, as an entertainer, want to make people feel like they've been entertained. I don't want to put them to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't want them crying.
Right.
I want them happy, and that's what I plan on doing here for the Juneteenth, is we have a high energy type of concert. So if I play blues, it's a little on the funky side.
I hear you.
So if you expect them to come and me putting you to sleep and everybody's doing,
not gonna happen.
Is he going to ever end that song? No, that's not going to happen. I want people up dancing, clapping their hands, and having a good time, and most of all, smiling. I want a smile on the face, because music is something no one can take away from you once you get it.
Yes.
Even if you don't play an instrument, music is a universal language. You don't have to speak the language.
That's right. And you were telling me earlier you get emails from Japan, from Europe.
Yeah.
So.
And I have 3 CDs out, so people can download my music off of Apple iTunes, and they do around the world. And even though I don't do a lot of traveling, I like to sort of stay close to home. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who know who I am, and I appreciate that I can spread my music down and, around and make people happy.
That's really cool. And I can say really cool because it's a cool thing to say. Anyway, I want to thank you for being here. We look forward to hear you on June the 25th.
That's correct.
Which is the second day of Juneteenth.
Yes.
And
5 o'clock, we take the stage at 5, and it's 2 hours of some funky blues. And also, may I add, soul music, because I mixed the two together.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I say funky.
You got a fusion thing happening.
Oh, yeah. See, so I move it over into the soul music, because soul music came along in the late 60s and stuff, and we had blues a little bit before then. But blues is the roots of jazz, as you well know.
You can hear it in the chords.
Yeah, and I think that's the major part of it. But it should be a lot of fun, and we certainly want all the people to come out and enjoy it. It should be a great day, especially for Leesburg. And
there'll be
I live in Leesburg,
too.
so I love it. And a lot of people know me in Leesburg. You folks come out. You Leesburg folks, come on out and hear me now.
This will be exciting. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thanks for jamming with me.
So that's a wrap up for this edition of Inside Leesburg. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank our guests for joining us. And don't forget, June 24th and special music guest, beautiful Bobby Blackman and the B3 Band on June 25th. In the meantime, make sure you get out and explore your lakefront city. So, hey, let's close this out with a jam. Can we do that?
Oh, we can do that, man. We can do that.
B flat?
Mm-hmm.